Says President Abdullah Saleh has refused to sign a power handover deal that was brokered by the Gulf Cooperation Council. The head of the GCC has now left the capital Sana'a after failing to get Saleh's signature. Khadija Magadi has the latest.
The message couldn't be clearer, but Yemen's president won't go. Efforts by the Gulf Cooperation Council to end the political standoff have failed. Saleh has rejected a plan that would have paved the way for his exit from power. Among the terms outlined in the deal were that he'd be given 30 days to resign in exchange for immunity from prosecution. The opposition would then have 7 days to form an interim government, split 50-50 with Saleh's ruling party. They'll then have 60 days to hold presidential and parliamentary elections. On Saturday, protesters in the capital Sana'a remain skeptical. After what they see as a series of broken promises, they don't trust he'll go. And the latest move by the president appears to prove them right.
We are the youth of the revolution and the people of Yemen. We have the determination, the will and the faith. Soon, God willing, you, President Saleh, will fall by our hands.
Pro-reform demonstrators say they won't negotiate as long as Saleh remains in power. At least 200 people have been killed in the 3-month-long countrywide unrest. But Yemen State TV on Saturday didn't reflect a country on the brink. Government-controlled television also aired panel discussions of so-called instigators behind the months-long violence. That the deal gives Saleh immunity from prosecution is one of the terms rejected by the protesters. State television also ran images of an apparently benevolent president and footage of pro-Saleh rallies. But the thousands who've taken to Yemen streets for the last 3 months just aren't listening. Khadija Magadi, Aljazeera.
Well, Ambassador Mohammed Kubati is a former advisor to the Yemeni Prime Minister and now a member of the opposition. He joins us live from London. Thanks very much for being with us. Why this turnaround? Why is Saleh now refusing to sign?
As I've said many times with you, I think these efforts have foundered, but it has not dashed our hopes. We expected that to be the result of all, these efforts. This man has got used to play his games and to use very old maneuvers, which everybody knows. And these maneuvers of his has been well known locally, regionally, and globally. He is trying to stick to power by hook or crook. He is actually pushing the whole region to a very dangerous state whereby I think now the interests of the world are in danger. We ask our brothers in the GCC, this man's credibility is lost completely. It's their credibility now online, and actually it's the credibility of our friends in the West to use more leverage on this man. This man, the people I've been in touch with, most of the youths in Aden, in Sana'a, in Taiz, and they're asking, why does the West stand looking like very sort of carelessly on blood being shed in the streets of Yemen? We have never heard from the West till now. We have been trying to, over the past 3 weeks, to ask him. They have got to start freezing his assets. They have got to start showing him that he cannot hold the world at ransom.
But how likely is it, if I can just interrupt, because how likely is it that we're going to see the GCC get involved again? I mean, it must have been pretty embarrassing, very frustrating for the the Secretary General of the GCC to have to leave Sana'a empty-handed.
Well, we have advised him a long time ago. We said this man is just going to waste time. He just suddenly told them, well, I will sign this agreement, I'll ratify it in the name, in my position as chairman of the ruling party. It's a game. What do you mean chairman of the ruling? You're going to leave your position as president of the republic. How are you going to sign it as chairman of the party? So he's just using games and tactics. He's waiting. He is just under this false sort of thinking that he can just bend in front of this storm and come out, again prevailing. But our brothers in the GCC, we have got in touch with them for the past 2 or 3 weeks. We told them, without really this man feeling the heat of the situation, without you putting him under pressure. He's getting a chance which nobody has got. He is getting a chance better than Mubarak, better than Zain al-Abidin. He was going to get immunity from prosecution. And he's just, squandering that chance.
Okay.
Now it's the time and the right time that they have got to come out, because if our brothers are continue to be killed in the streets, then I think our brothers in the GCC area will feel that our people will hold them responsible for wasting these 3-4 weeks now trying with a man, whereas the West has been asking for more pressure. The Americans
formerly,
and the Europeans,
as a former member of this government, with the insider knowledge that you have, what pressure will come to bear? What pressure will President Saleh respond to?
I think the purse string, this man has been all the time, he is greedy with money. If he feels that all the money that he has squandered from our people, it's frozen. Why didn't the West start freezing his assets? We saw that happening after 2 weeks in Tunisia, after 3-4 weeks in Egypt. Now it's the 3rd month in Yemen, and we have never seen that. Our people are killed in the streets, and everybody is just looking just carelessly around. This is something shameful, really. I mean, they have got a lot of leverage to use on this man. They have got to stop issuing visas. We have seen now, day before yesterday, the United States has frozen the assets of some of Al-Assad's, aides, whilst the crooks of Yemen are still wandering around. They are being sort of given sweeteners which they are not willing to take. They are going to push the world into a very grave situation.
Okay.
If things, you see, today in Aden, there was total, complete loss of the law of rule.
There was.
If that happens,
I'm going to have to cut off because we do have to leave it there, but thank you very much for joining us from London. Now's the